I was Larry's roommate in college for 3.5 years, and my claim to fame was I slept on top of Larry for a good number of years. He and I were sleeping together before that was in vogue. So I know the Herrings quite well through a good number of years. And I thought what I'd do is I'd write a little ode to Mr. Herring, since he's reached this milestone in his life, and it's called Nat Herring, Our American Idol. And it just goes something like this. A nonagenarian is a senior for sure. That's someone who's 90 if you're keeping score. We all acknowledge that Nat's quite the fella, and any book about him would be a bestseller. A Philadelphia boy born and raised, he moved to New Jersey for his high school days. Little did he know as he worked in the fields, the skills he developed, the treasure they'd yield. While he took care of things that needed some fixing, he learned all he could about raising a chicken. And when it came time for him to move on, he transitioned to Vitepole after leaving the farm. Making great strides that no one could ignore, they relied on Nathan even more than before. Eggs and poultry seemed to be his domain, and Chicken Meister quickly became his new name. I don't want to embarrass him right to his face, but to hear him tell it, he ran the whole place. And who would have known, when he took to the seas, it would lead him to Ruth, his state of Maine squeeze. No one could predict that when they would marry, they'd have a daughter like Sharon or a son like Larry. The two greatest children that could ever be had, but easy to figure when you see who's their dad. Work adventures took the Herrings to and fro, to Israel, Curacao, and Old Mexico. Florida beckoned Nat once he would retire. No ice and no snow, and with temperatures higher. Even there, savvy Nat could not be ignored, especially when working with the new condo board. From the land of the humid and vividly green, he eventually moved on to the hot Scottsdale scene. At first he questioned, what have I done? So much brown and too much sun. After settling into Sierra Point, once again he was king of the joint. At senior centers he had a new career. With jokes and tunes he hoped they could hear. He is very clever, but for goodness sake, if only the audience would stay awake. While most seniors are glued to their TV set, Nat Herring is scouring the internet, alerting friends from west to east of global warming and no Mideast peace. The danger is near, I know it is real. I have it right here in his trusted email. While shopping, he's one of the real wheeler dealers, a champion buyer, a nudge to retailers, and frequently is heard to implore, let's all go down to the discount store. Then once inside, you could hear him holler as he points to cream cheese for less than $1. Let there be no doubt, he is certainly able to drive all his buddies down to Einstein Bagel. And if you visit, he's sure to treat you to the best deal in town, Streets of New York Pizza. There are many reasons to continue to boast, but it is now time to wrap up this well-earned toast. So here is the end, the more formal part. That is sincere and loving and straight from the heart. You've done so much. You're quite a treasure, and knowing you has been our pleasure. We say good job and raise our glass to Nathan Herring, a man with true class. And we look forward to meeting here once again to honor the day you become a centenarian.
Oh, thank you.